Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's been a while since we've been here. How are you doing? Please do me a favor before you get into the meat and bones of this video. Please do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell to stay notified. You know how much I hate doing intros. So fuck it with me a little. Rock with me. All right. Here's the final episode of the Living with COVID series. Or final as far as there's not much else I could say on it. Yeah, I've really been rocking with that series for a hot ass minute ever since I started with I Need Days Off from Capitalism and The Price of Freedom. Yo. Stop it. This episode is going to talk about solitude, nostalgia, and what celebrities chose to do. As you've noticed over the last couple of days, or days since this was made, the Will and Chris shit, you know, we pay attention and we pour our energy into celebrities when they have falters, when they have breaks. We done seen motherfuckers get slapped on the street. We just be like, damn, and move on. This one has more weight and gravitas to it because of the people involved. That's obvious. Nobody's doubting that, or nobody's asking us to infer any deeper than what's given to us in the subject that we're talking about. But it's relatable. It's relatable. And you know why it's relatable? When the pandemic started, there was one thing that ran through every human being's mind, whether they wanted to believe in it or not, and that was, I'm actually going to be alone. Whether they lived with people, whether they just knew there was an isolation from the rest of the world, and that was an isolation within themselves, right? You know what I'm talking about. You felt that shit. You was there for that. And we formed this opinion in our heads about whether or not we were going to be the same things that we were striving to be when this was over. We made it to feel like we were stuck in this ever-evolving machine. In this ever-evolving machine to make products, to make worth of ourselves. We had to prove that we could survive in the jungle. We gotta prove that we're better than the others. Shit, the platform we on right now is a competition. We got little communities and we share our viewers and we get them to, you know, experience other people and we give them the shout outs. But we got our little tribes. We got our Alexandrias, our hilltops, our ocean sides. Yeah, I'm making Walking Dead references. Bars. It's this world that this world that we created out of a need to not feel alone anymore, and the pandemic removed all the distractions of being around people and, hey, get the fuck out of my way, or hi, it's nice to see you on the highway. I always see you when I drive over to the coffee shop. Hey, how you doing, sweetie? How's it been? How's your child? I'll remove all that. Get rid of all your intentions about what you were going to talk to people about. Get rid of all the need of attention and how you were actually going to strive to actually get out there and be more a part of a community. Some people didn't want that. Some people did. Some people moved too fucking funny for anybody to want to deal with them. But some people just love that shit. I'm one of them people right in the middle. And when you're left with nothing, when you're left with the absolute bare minimum, you start reaching out more out of desperation because you want to believe that somebody's going through the same thing. Even though a global fucking pandemic, we're all dealing with it. But all those problems we was ignoring, now we don't even have a chance to fix them. That was a bar. That was a bar. Quote me on that. Put it on a t-shirt. I'm still rocking the Gengar jacket. If you missed it, you missed it. You wasn't here for the drop of them. Oh man, a brother wavy. We talking about solitude and nostalgia. It's the way we welcome in ourselves when we see that things aren't going well. It's that when you open the door and you don't get that, you get that, fuck, that type of shit. You get this dying need to be not where you are, because where you are is not where you want to be. But that shit don't make sense to you because you can't just remove yourself from the place that you were given. Anyway, I'm doing this entire lead up to the idea of finding comfort in things that you already know give you comfort. Nostalgia. Nostalgia means more than a fucking filter, especially when you codify the way people live to mean that the only way they can experience what brings them pleasure is to spend money. And your question becomes a lot more than what you expect it to be when you get your answer. What am I talking about? The question that you question yourself with. Is this the right move? Is this the right motive? You start doubting yourself because the world is not linear anymore. It's not going in the direction you had planned for it to go in. It's about to be April 1st. Where the fuck did the time go? Remember in January when we, remember in February when we did the Vosh panel? Like a month passed, bro. I'm elevating, I'm up there, we getting up there. But that goes back to what I already said before, nostalgia. But you weren't here for the beginning of this, especially if you're on YouTube, you're gonna have to check the VOD. It's nostalgia is baked into comfort zones, things that look familiar to us, but those are the only things we can access, so our pool got even more limited. And that limit is that limitation is what forces us to become shells of our former selves. We think we're living out our dreams when we're just living out what keeps us alive. And that's why I think it's cool that I found the people that I found in this goddamn Twitch community that aren't about the politics, that aren't about they about the games, they about let's go hyper and crazy for 5 hours. And that's where I get my hyper and crazy from. Cause you know, it's when you get the control to do what you want to do and how you want to feel. It's like, I don't give a damn about your category. I don't befriend people who aren't shit. Sorry. I don't befriend not shit people. You get what I mean? Like that. Yeah. Like I don't befriend like weird people. I might not agree with all your politics. I don't care. Do you look at me and do you judge me based on certain characteristics that like come on, like this is obvious. I'm past the subterfuge. Let's get meta real fucking quick. Let's get meta real fucking quick. People don't want to talk about that. It's the latest drama cycle. It's the latest why did you have this take? Motherfuckers want to talk about politics but don't want to live politics, yo. I can't understand why a black person would feel that way about me. Make your moves, my G. Do it for whatever it's worth. Make it for whatever you need it to be, all right? And that systematic bounce back and forth is what's crazy to me, is that we keep going back into the era of I can't be friends with that person because they're not gonna make me my bread.
Now did you die?
I gotta extract something from these people. We were just talking about that earlier. What does this got to do with the subject? Well, when you put those two feelings together, the idea of feeling alone and the fact that you can only you have to extract the maximum amount out of every time you see somebody, because in my case, I'm not sure if I might see them again. How do you begin to feel anything? The first half of this episode is about the fact that those two things weren't coached to us properly as we were growing up. And I mean everybody. You survived the 1920 pandemic. You survived the Spanish flu in 1918. GG's, bro. You made it to the next level. We was never, ever going to think about a society in which things like that were ever going to be important again. But that's crazy, right? That's wild. That's I'm bugging though. The fact that when you put those two things together, it ends up with you trying to deliver back and forth what gives you the right to live and what you're using as an excuse not to die. Hard bars. Yeah, I'm talking about you, your personality. What do you say around certain people that you don't say around others? That shit had to have gotten changed by the fact that there's a global pandemic. Have you addressed any of those underlying concerns? Probably not, because you don't got time for that. Because there's a drive in many countries to work and for work to become your identity. Now y'all see why I wanted to talk about the Cody thing. Why I wanted to watch the Cody in the beginning. That's not crazy. That's not wild. That makes sense. That makes sense to y'all? No way. No way. Can't be right. But the working class don't got that solidarity because nobody's up there at the top just saying, yo, pay these motherfuckers more. I want to see kids as young as 14 in the stock market. Hell yeah, teach everybody that toxic lifestyle, but let them participate. Where the chips fall is where they fall. Crazy, you gotta walk into a casino. We're playing in a fucking casino where like you don't get chips when you walk in. So if you don't got money, you can't play. All right, so then why is the casino the only place? Oh, get a job at the casino. So I'm supposed to like gamble my money away on the hopes that it gets bigger while I'm working for you, making the money by holding the casino open so people can pour millions into? I'm confused. So you are saying to me that I'm necessary for you to make the millions, but you won't give me a fair portion of it? Come on, man. So I go back to what make me feel good. I'm gonna play that game at night. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, baby. I'm gonna ride on my scooter, zoot zoot. I'm gonna play these fucking shows at bars. I got another show on April 10th. I got another show on April 10th. Don't know if I'm gonna stream that one too, but I'm gonna see what I could do about it. You don't have to gamble in a casino. I mean, how else would you make money in the casino though? Like, how would you, as a person who walks into the casino, make money? It's a metaphor anyway. It's a metaphor anyway. Why am I explaining that? So when these two things combine, and the earth feels empty for you, you come out of the pandemic and you can't just reset because you've learned patterns of emotional behavior that have either kept you alive or kept you guarded enough that nobody will ever cross that bound again. What happens when somebody breaks that boundary, but you can pull up on them now? Ain't no coronavirus gonna stop me. Uh-oh. You've been training for that moment? Methinks you haven't. Methinks you need a little bit more skill there, mighty. Fuck that last part up. And then the world just says we're done. I was chilling out on 42nd Street. Not chilling out on 42nd Street, that's a fucking lie. I was riding down to the show that, yeah, I know, relax. Relax, I got you. I was riding down to the show and I had to go through 42nd Street, Times Square to make it there. And I'm looking at all the people who are out there now. I'm looking at all the people who, I'm kind of confused as what we're talking about. I'm just vibing. Well, we're doing a YouTube episode. It's Living with COVID, the final episode. Solitude and Nostalgia / I'm gonna get to it in a second. I just broke the bridge. / what celebrities chose to do, which is why I brought up the Will and Jada thing in the beginning. And in that regard, when we don't have a frame of reference to prepare for moments in which we will be emotionally dragged or emotionally crossed, we naturally look towards those who have the stability not to deal with these issues, at least on a common basis. You know, the stress of having a roof over their head, clothes, food, etc. People who can live a sort of lavish lifestyle. We look to them as kind of the keys of hope and savior, that we're all in this together. So this leads me to the second part of this. While you were out there feeling alone, while you was out there feeling like everything was gripping at your throat to make you feel like you couldn't breathe, you know what these motherfucking celebrities were doing, son? Popping bottles, railing lines of cocaine, baby. They was fucking losing it because they could prove that they could stay isolated, because it's not like they needed to come in contact with anybody anyway. What a fucking vibe, bro. Shit was a vibe. We got conned. That's what happened. We got conned from every single sector of every single part of popular life, whether it be from the Faucis to the Kim Kardashians. Everybody was putting on a front because ain't nobody know how to just be real. Ain't nobody know how to be real, and that's not their fault. That's the other side of this, and it's going to feel weird for me to do this, but like, celebrities chose to play the role instead of choosing that time to be vulnerable. And you're seeing that shit now more than ever as people are coming back out. People need to work. Like, you don't have the conscientious need to even realize that certain phrases just shouldn't be put out into the universe. Don't put that energy around me. Don't talk down to me because you got it like that, because of how you got it like that. You keeping that money, right? You're not spending it at the fucking 99-cent store. You're not spending it telling me to, ooh, hey, listen, ooh. Can't wait for YouTube to flag a part of this fucking video. It'd just be the way the world works now. And these celebrities just took their influence and said, fuck it, we won't shock the system, we'll just continue to drain it. So people were left trying to decide, what are they gonna fucking do? Are they gonna support like us? Are they gonna support the little people? Are they gonna enrich themselves? Are they gonna make themselves the money that they need to make so that way they can claim that they're still at the top of the heap? Or are they gonna finally say, hey, we're all in this together, let's get rid of this fucking weird ass system that we got? What did we get? What was the answer? What was the fucking answer? What was the fucking answer? You know what the answer was? Well, I'm here. I'm here. And now I gotta force people to support the best content on Twitch ever, because like half y'all be saying the shit that I be saying and then moving on to playing Valorant mad quiet for like 5 hours. Like, I'm so glad that this is such a Pogger stream. Poggo. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't learn anything? You watched me mindlessly and were so happy when people gifted subs and more people gifted subs? Yay, you know what happens when people give subs here? More people give subs, but you know what happens when that happens? People end up not having to watch the ads, because you know the ads be sucking when I be rapping. I be doing the rapping, bro. They just made it all about them. They took the opportunity and said, we're all in this together. Could you imagine if there's no hunger? Like, yeah, your collective fucking worth in bones would probably get me there. So like, what's up? Pull up on me, bro. Pull up. Like, what do you want to do right now? What do you want to do right now? Because we could really get it popping. We can really get it, like, we can really go that route. You're gonna sit here and make a professionally made, out of tune singing song, and you're sitting on a yacht in the middle of the ocean with enough food in the yacht that you could probably survive the entirety of a fucking zombie apocalypse for at least like 4 to 6 months. Oh, suck my yacht. But it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Nobody ever asked them to challenge the norms that they ever faced either. It's just easier for them to slide into the idea of seclusivity. Fuck. They can be secluded. They can be secluded. And they're used to that because everybody sees their face on the big screen. They go to all the Hollywood premieres. Everybody cares about what they're gonna say. Yeah, seclusion, but I'm looking at like they can live in secular exclusivity. Is what I think that might be it. Secluded, whatever. I don't want to say exclusive. I want to say like seclusion, but like the act of secluding oneself. I don't fucking know. I just know that we got fucked. So why would I make this the last episode? Why would this be the topic that I chose to pick up on? Seclusiveness, I think that is, yeah. I think that is it. English is weird, yeah. It's the fucking odd ass language. We just, mad people just accept it. Oh, English is the standard. Like, yo, its name is English. Like, even that don't really like, what is English? Like, normal letters? What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, why would I pick this to be the last episode? I talked about your jobs. I talked about your housing. Talked about your lifestyle. I talked about your emotions. I talked to you about how the world probably views all the things that's going on inside of you. We're complete now. And it's kind of crazy, you know. And this is the first time in a long time that I've actually completed anything, like all the way through, that I made myself. You know, I've been avoiding doing the episodes, but like I wonder why now. Huh. Maybe I made this the last episode because it teaches you that even though you're going through everything, you're not the only one going through it. And maybe that's kind of the lesson. Maybe that's your... Maybe that's your paradigm shift. Maybe that's the thought. Maybe we viewed the world as a reactionary place that seemed to be super unfair to us. But it's not random either. You can survive it. Maybe the idea is we don't get to appreciate the fact that we're here because nothing is allowing us to appreciate the fact that we're here. Well, I'm happy you're here. There's your answer. If you weren't here, the world would be worse off because then you wouldn't have heard this. And then you would have thought that you were the only one going through it. Maybe all the stories I've given you over these last 5 episodes, maybe I'm trying to change your mind on what you lost through the pandemic. Or just at least tell you that you did lose something, because I lost something too. I lost a lot of things. But we found each other, and isn't that kind of the hope? That you'll find someone somewhere that'll finally get what's going on up here. And the paradigm shift. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified. I'm out of here, yo.